Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the established 1982 podcast, the Geek Culture Podcast, hosted by responsibly irresponsible adults that have loved video games, comic books, movies, and TV ever since 1982. This is your boy, the Lawnsman, Wally Analog, and I'm joined, of course, by my homie, the gatekeeper of civility and order, Royce. Yes, and unfortunately, we are already miss her. Yes. Already, yeah. we are without the geek culture community's best wish granted. Wish Kid Jones. She's not here.
Can't form Voltron
properly. It's okay though.
We out here with just lions. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't.
Yeah, but she will be back, and we look forward to her returning. She has some business to attend to, so we're just gonna have to do it the best we can without our new voice and a voice that I continue to hear praises about. Yes. From abroad, those that listen to the podcast. So she's becoming more and more validated with each day. I'm telling you, man, it's like we had already told her how special she was.
You don't need validation.
Yeah. So it's like, listen, but they confirming it for you. So there it is. So we looking for you to come back. Come on back as soon as you can. So that you can throw your expertise in these reviews, one of which today we're going to do on a series, I guess, what do they call it? A limited series? When it's short like this?
Yes.
DMZ.
Yeah, definitely
on
a limited
HBO
series.
Max.
Yes.
It's hella limited.
Yeah. Did I do that?
Yeah, you did that. Since you opened the door, I just went on step through.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Is this the first limited series? I've never heard that on HBO.
HBO's not done it, right?
Right.
Well, no. No. Who did Watchmen was on HBO. That was limited, right? Because one season.
They left it open. They never said if it was limited or not.
Oh, they didn't put that tag
remember
on the front?
after the season was,
I thought they put that tag on the front. Maybe they didn't.
Okay. I don't remember.
Either way,
doesn't matter.
It was more than 4 episodes. yeah. Like quite a few differences between the two series. But we're going to talk about DMZ. Listen, I'm just be honest with you. I had never heard of it before.
I did, but I never read the comics.
Yes. Now, you did a little background, and you shared with me what DMZ was, because I didn't. The poster. Only thing I recognized was Rosario Dawson,
right? Which,
just get that out of the way. Her acting is she's a very good actress, man. Like,
yeah, she is.
She's
been
has
in
a
the game for a
command
long
on
time.
Emotions, man.
Right.
She's a very, very, very good actor, convincing in everything she does, man. Like, for real.
Yeah.
But I think that's about as good as I get for me.
I like Hoon Lee too. He played Wilson Lin in the show, and I liked him on.
Cool.
He was on this show called Banshee, which was on Stars, I believe.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, Banshee was an interesting show. There was action and violence and drama.
Okay, well that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna give you on Stars.
Yeah, he was on that, and he was pretty good, pretty convincing on that show. So I've rocked with him whenever I see him, in different movies.
So as is custom.
Yeah.
When we rate and review or whatever.
Oh, should I break down DMZ?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and do that, because like I said, you gave me an idea of what it was, considering that I had not heard of it before. So please share that with those listening who are in the dark, as it were, about this property.
So it was a book released in like 2005, and it was on DC's imprint. It was a matured imprint called Vertigo, and that's the same imprint that has like Sandman and some of the other mature titles. And DMZ stands for demilitarized zone, DMZ, and basically it's a a series that was set in the near future where there was a second American Civil War.
This was written a while back. So
wow.
That's
eerie.
Clairvoyant, yeah.
Right. This Civil War somehow turned the island of Manhattan into the DMZ. Mm-hmm. So Manhattan is caught between the United States of America as it stands,
mm-hmm.
and then the secessionists, which are the free states of America.
Mm-hmm.
In the show, they just kept referencing FSA.
Without telling you, I don't recall that they ever said free states.
Right.
They may have, but I don't recall.
But basically, DMZ was it had a run for 7 years, and it had 72 issues. So there was a lot of story, a lot of source material behind that. So you would think that this show would be rich with source material, I would think. So
yes,
and I'll just leave it there.
You would think that.
Yeah,
that's what you would think.
Yeah.
So as I was saying before,
mm-hmm.
as is custom, we give our initial reactions after having watched a 4-episode show.
Right. I'm appreciating your restraint right now, Wally. You're maturing, man. I'm liking this new. You got your glasses on. This new and improved Wally. Studious. Yes.
So,
why are you mad, son? No, go ahead. Sorry, I'm poking the bear. Go ahead.
I know. So we categorize our movies and television, the kind that we watch, right? Because this our culture, geek culture, we enjoy action. And there must be a suitable amount. You know, some movies require more, some not as much.
Right. If it calls for it, I mean.
Right.
For us, at least.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fans out there.
Just give it to me.
Yeah.
Explosions. I don't care what the story is. But for this podcast,
right,
we like a good mixture of both. So that's what we grade here.
Okay.
Story, action.
Right.
So plot and all that stuff that falls on the story.
Right.
For me, man, that story was terrible. I didn't like that story. I didn't like the story, but and part of the reason was because I never really everything that you just underscored as far as background of DMZ and all that information, that rich information.
Yes, that
wasn't provided in the show.
Right.
You have to have read the comic or had done your research via YouTube or Wikipedia or wherever you get your information regarding that publication.
Mm-hmm.
Because they wasn't telling you.
Right.
They would allude to it. It was almost as if the show was written specifically for those who are already in the know, and that's a no-no. That's a no-no, man. Like, you cannot come in there with something so obscure. This ain't Batman, right? And even
this was on the Vertigo imprint.
Yeah, and so this is not something that everyone is going to be privy to.
Right. Like Sandman. Sandman is so convoluted.
You need some backstory.
Right.
They provided nothing. Right. And the whole time, the whole 4 episodes, I'm still confused as to what the goal, what is going on. It was just muddy. I just didn't enjoy. The motivations behind the characters weren't convincing to me. Mm-hmm. With the exception of Rosario Dawson and maybe, as you say, Wilson, the acting was subpar to me.
Yeah, like Benjamin Bratt.
I didn't, man. He wasn't, and I like him as an actor.
Yes, he's a charming guy.
He wasn't believable as that guy.
Right.
It seemed like they could have gotten somebody else needed to have that role. He didn't convince me that he was like this head of the Spanish Harlem Kings or whatever it was. So the story, man, it's way down there, man. We talking like a 2, man. It was bad.
Yeah.
And it gets a 2 because what gives me those few points is me knowing now what the book's intention was. Like I appreciate the fact, what they're doing, what they were trying to established, or what they did establish in the comic. But they failed to convey that, in my mind.
Also, you gave points not on the show,
right?
But
not
just
necessarily
on the comic.
Yeah, the potential for a good story,
right?
Because, like you said, man, that could very well happen. I mean, we're not too far away from a civil war. I mean, when you got people storming the Capitol, this stuff can happen. So, I mean, it's very feasible, and it could work, but it just wasn't executed well. They didn't lay any background, any groundwork to help you understand what was going on. They didn't tell you why the Civil War broke out. Right. What were they fighting about? All we knew that they were fighting for fresh water and bread, or whatever it was. I don't know.
Right.
That's it. So story of 2, the action, but probably about the same. Little or no action, and when there was action, it was ridiculous action.
Right.
Open gunfights in the street, just bullets flying everywhere and everybody's missing.
So you doing it, but you going ahead and just getting it out the way, getting story and action.
Story and action. Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
Right.
Terrible.
Gotcha.
Terrible. So, and the show gets a 2 out of 10, like for me. It just wasn't good, man. This, and of course, this is opinion.
Yeah.
And my opinion is that clearly it must not have been for me. It wasn't for me. It might be for somebody else, but for me, personally, I could have done without it. I will give it a point because it was only 4 episodes. Because I don't know that I could have done any more than that. I was glad it was over in 4, but it felt like 40. Right. It was a long 4 episodes.
Man.
And there you go.
Oh, all right. I guess it's my turn,
yeah.
Right? I'm not gonna labor. I'm not gonna repeat the stuff that you laid out because I agree with you on pretty much 100% of it. so I'll leave that there. I'm giving it, I think 2 is gracious, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 1.
Yeah.
I mean
that's fair. I mean, like I said, Rosario did a very good job of acting in what was a mess. So it's just I'm scrounging up points where I can.
Yeah.
Points for being short.
So let me lay out some of the issues that I had with it. Number 1, the first issue I had was, okay, I'm a viewer that has no knowledge of the book.
Right.
I knew the book existed, and I knew that this was referencing a comic book property. So this would be a case where if the show is interesting enough, this will bring me back to the comic book store and go, I need to buy the graphic novel. Let me read this, right? Where it started off wrong was the opening sequence, which was fine. I saw the chaos and I understood, like they sort of explained it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't very clear on what is happening.
It wasn't clear at all. Not even very. It just there was no explanation.
It was just chaos, and then all of a sudden, now we're fast forward. I guess 8 years. They didn't really say that either.
Yep. Nope. You found that out halfway into the series.
Right. That she's been trying to get into the DMZ for 8 years, and I'm like, so I guess this time we're lucky.
We're in there now. We got in there. Yeah.
Right. So. Issue 1 was I didn't understand the context, which as I'm watching the show, because they are not explaining it, I'm asking myself the question every time the episode ends, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why do you want me to care?
Right.
Why do you want me to care that, yes, I get that she was separated from her son.
Right.
I'm not convinced that she's really tortured about it because she looks pretty fine to me in terms of
Yeah.
Like she's holding down a job.
Right. Doing a work in the community, you know.
Right. That storyline was a little rough for me.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it wasn't convincing.
No.
And then when they revealed that Scale was her son,
right?
Yes, he was menacing, but no,
I
don't know. It's just it was.
Right.
I could not lock in on anybody. I couldn't root for anybody.
Nope.
There was nobody I rooted for.
There's nobody
I was
to
just
root
like,
for.
I'm just watching this.
I'm just
happen.
watching the show. Yep.
And which was terrible. Like I want to be invested in something,
and you can't.
In the protagonist or the antagonist.
Yes.
Sometimes the antagonist, you're like, that dude's interesting, or that woman's
Nobody
interesting.
was interesting.
Yeah. No.
Nobody, not a one.
No.
And then they just threw little kids in there, for the hell of it. Just, I guess they were just trying to get us in our fields, and they just felt out of place. Those children.
Yeah, and that was weird too. Like, they went out of their way to try to get us in our fields. This dude was like living with his dead grandfather.
Right.
And when they revealed it, I was kind of like, "Oh, well, he's dead."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's not the response."
And I still didn't care.
Right. That was like, crazy.
I could have you left that out. I still don't care about that kid.
Right.
Which
would pull at your heartstrings. It's like, okay, he's having these memories of his grandfather talking to him, and then they do the reveal at the end that Pops is decomposing in the chair.
Right, and you got to go. Because it was confusing. At first, you're like, why is this dude telling this baby to leave?
Right.
And, and I see what they were trying to do.
Right.
But like you said, it didn't land.
Right.
It didn't land.
Yeah.
It didn't land.
Number 2. The story is about a second American Civil War.
Right.
In real life, we've had the insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
We've definitely seen America divided.
Yes.
Republican, Democrat, mask, no mask.
Right.
This, that,
Facts,
whatever.
no facts,
Facts,
whatever.
no facts.
Right,
you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
When they were putting this show together, like, this has been happening over the course of, like, I would say even more than, like, when Obama was in office, you started to see the ramp up of we don't like a black president in office, so we about to wild out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how they can have this series that's rife with that source material and things are happening in real life, and there's not an opportunity to draw some parallels. And stay with me here. Watchmen, again,
that's the gold standard. It's a gold standard, though. It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, and it might be an unfair comparison, but the point I'm trying to make is Watchmen. What made Watchmen special was they were willing to go there in a time
sensitive time.
In a sensitive time, and people
might be triggering.
It might be, but it was necessary and important.
That's right.
Right.
Sometimes you got to be brave like that, man.
Right. So that's where I felt like it missed too, because there was an opportunity to say something that meant something to us in real life, experiencing the division.
Especially,
we don't want to be divided.
No.
But in this show, you need to show me why we're divided.
Yes. Like, where are the lines?
Yeah. Why did it get to that point where, if you're saying this is the near future and I'm living in this time now, what is the takeaway where we can, I'm trying to be an optimist with humanity, but
no,
no.
No.
I hope that we can turn it around.
No.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to stay the optimist.
Okay.
You know? Right. But there's always a message that people are gonna either receive or not, and the message wasn't even sent with the show, and I felt like that was a huge miss.
Especially considering, man, that they were not connecting on any other level with the viewer, with the viewer or anywhere else. Nothing was landing.
Right.
And so you need something.
Right.
And they just have nothing.
Yeah. Point 3.
Okay.
And this is a big one, and when we were talking about Black Lightning, right? I hate that I'm taking it back to Freeland.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
But I don't. The biggest criticism with Black Lightning was it was almost like it was just too woke for its own good.
Correct.
Like they just kept using the They
They
weren't. First season did a good job of like
keeping
stating
it light,
what
making points. But
they weren't keeping it light. They were.
But you know what I mean. Not as heavy-handed with it.
Yes,
that's what I mean by that.
Right. It made sense to the story.
It did. It didn't feel forced.
We're gonna illustrate the Black experience in America with this upstanding father trying to raise a family.
Yes.
In a society where racism exists.
Right.
I have 2 black daughters.
Right.
I get pulled over by the police.
Right.
Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
There's crime in my community. Yada yada yada. So, but where Black Lightning went off the rails is when you're telling jokes
about you can't breathe because you fat and got diabetes and you eat too much chicken or whatever.
Right.
Just
I understand what you're saying here, but the joke is tired and that kind of deal.
This is bad.
So I'm saying all that to say that I feel like the reverse. I feel like sometimes with like I'm passionate about diversity.
Yes,
it's important.
It is very important
to the culture, right?
It must be. It has to be.
But when I circled back on the source material for DMZ, right? Mm-hmm. The main character is a white guy.
Yes.
Right?
Maddie the reporter.
Correct.
It's about him.
Yes.
The story is about that guy.
Correct.
Trying to get into the DMZ and report.
Well, he gets in the DMZ.
Yeah, but that's his goal, right?
Right?
To get into the DMZ and report on what's going on.
Right. And then craziness ensues.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. And as these events are unfolding, it's almost like he's reporting what's happening,
right,
and shedding light on why they're divided,
and,
right,
and even being enlightened as to what he thought was happening,
correct,
but it really is not the case. Like he's learning that what he's heard is not
right. So I'm watching the show and I'm looking at the diversity of the show, and that's a positive. I want to say that's wait, hold on.
How do you define diversity?
Hold on. I would say like lead characters of color, like having those lead characters of color.
Okay, yeah,
is a plus.
Yes,
but I do want to pose a question here.
Yep.
Do you think they should have stuck with the source material and included the main character? Because the problem I have is now I'm starting to go, well, wait a minute. You mean to tell me there's 400,000 people in Manhattan and they're all Hispanic or Asian?
And black.
Mm-hmm.
No whites, except for one.
For Una, who controls the
water.
The water.
Yeah, the water supply.
Which, I'm going to digress here. I didn't know how to... It was horrible. Like when Z like had her moment,
vote for me, and
I
have water for you.
Yeah, turn the water on.
And this is supposed to be a precious resource, but you're spilling it all on the street.
This is purified water.
Purified water from out of the.
You got Fiji and Evian coming out of a fire hydrant.
Yeah. Story 2. This is bad.
Does that make any sense?
No. No.
Like they tell you now, don't drink the water out of the water hose. Like,
No.
don't do it. I mean, we did it when we were kids.
It's like we turned out all right.
Right.
But yes, you can't tell me it's filtered.
But don't tell me it's
coming out of
filtered. Like, don't tell. Just say we have water. Don't,
That's right.
Don't add the
We
filtered
have
part.
fresh filter.
Somebody wrote that in.
Somebody wrote it in.
I digress though.
Okay.
Like, so.
Diversity. Let's go back.
Yeah. So.
We talked about this, man.
Yeah, it's just.
We talked about it. Now.
Yeah, I don't understand. Because the culture gets up in arms when things get whitewashed.
God. Yes.
And it's like, but we have to include everybody.
That is correct.
In the
and
story.
That's what diversity is.
Right.
That's how you define it. It isn't shut out everything white.
Right.
That is not that you can't be black screaming about how you're not included. And then when you get the opportunity to do better, you turn right around
and do the same thing.
the same thing that you're. If you want to affect a change, be that change. Be the example.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't do that. Now, I obviously you have, because I know somebody. Black is probably, or somebody's listening, and not necessarily black. I'll take that back. Somebody's listening and citing Black Panther. Well, Black Panther takes place in Africa,
right, in Wakanda.
So
it's their
and
time.
It's a hidden
story,
society. Yes, the story drives. Yes, so it's necessary, and even then. There were two prominent white characters throughout that movie.
Right.
Right? But they fit.
Right.
They weren't like forced in because they were white and they needed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, to your point, the fact that there are hundreds of thousands of people in Manhattan after a civil war has broken out.
And New York City is one of the biggest melting pots in the world. It is the melting pot of the world. Right.
But there's only one white person to be found.
And they control all the water.
We got to do better.
Like, that was obvious to me.
It was blatant.
Right.
Do better.
Like,
there are more white people.
Yeah, and again, like I don't know behind the snes like what was the decision for that, but it was pretty obvious that there's a blind spot somewhere.
Yeah,
like looking at, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm reading too much into this, maybe
no, man.
I don't know.
You can't scream diversity and then not be diverse.
Right.
I mean, you're diverse in the sense that yes,
you can say representation.
Right.
You say
representation,
which they had.
Not
they had that by the droves.
Yes,
which was awesome.
Right,
it's awesome.
We agree.
DMZ was awesome.
Absolutely.
That, like Rosario Dawson,
yes.
lead character, Benjamin Bratt, lead character, Scale,
all over.
Right, Hoon Lee.
Yeah,
even Caesar. You know, like
yeah.
I mean, but I don't know, man.
You just deviated from, I mean, the book so wildly, and you know, and that's another podcast altogether.
Well, there was two. That was the doctor that got killed.
Yeah, that's right.
Right,
yeah, the doctor got killed.
But that's two. On my
get him out of there.
Right. Peace out.
Pop, peace. We'll see you no more. Yeah.
Una just showed up twice. Like, hey, I got the water. I don't need
I got water and vote for Z.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah, peace. Yeah, I don't deal with this stuff.
Right now.
Yeah,
I don't be on the ground.
I'm on the
I
water.
just got water.
I got Evian over here.
Fresh.
Yeah. I put filters on everybody's fire hydrants.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So even when we putting out fires, it's with fresh filtered water.
Right. What a waste. Right.
Man, this story awful.
And then on top of that, I'm sorry, I'm staying on the water, but it's like, okay, you're gonna let this water run.
Right.
You could have gave me some heads up because I could have brought my carafes and my pitchers of water
buckets
so I can survive
here.
Some
of this water.
Yeah. I didn't know we were dying of thirst. That was the other thing. the DMZ felt like, yeah, they're okay.
Right.
It didn't really feel like, okay,
Yeah,
it's dire
straits. It didn't feel like destitute. No one gave you the
outside of the young kid. You know, they tried to use the young kids to go, well, this is really destitute, y'all. Bad. But they picking over corpses, y'all.
Yeah. Look, the girl said, what can I do with cash? Get that out of here. You know what I'm saying? They did. They used the kids to try to illustrate just how destitute it was when people seem to be living okay.
Right.
As long as they stayed in the DMZ and didn't go wandering out and illegally crossing over into the United States.
Right, and then it wasn't explained about like when they were killing over the gold, which I get.
Yeah,
but at the same time, it's like, but are you spending it there?
Right. Like, where are you going with the gold?
Like,
I don't see any vendors.
Right.
Is there anybody selling anything? Like, do you have an economic system?
Did you yell out to people, hey, I got all the gold? So, and I guess, are they using the...
I do.
That's what.
But see, that's the point I was making. No one laid the groundwork.
And they're doing background deals with the United States of America.
Yeah, like.
So,
really?
but then I didn't get the context. So I was like, okay, so are you FSA? So do you side with the secessionists or are you with the United States?
Yeah, like what is your point with getting in bed with the U.S.? Like, what is your? I don't know, man.
Yeah, it just didn't.
Nothing was clear. Nothing was clear. It was just all over the place.
Right.
All over the place.
I personally felt that this is what it felt like to me after watching it and sitting back from it. It felt like they shot a movie, they pitched it and said, yeah, I don't think this is going to hit well in the theater. Okay, well, we'll just put it on HBO Max.
Makes
and
sense.
split it
It's
up
4 hours.
Yeah, call it a limited series.
Yeah, I agree. I think
that's what it felt like.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's going strong on Rotten Tomatoes with a critic score of 44 and an audience score of 40. It's that's about right.
Right.
That's generous.
Yeah.
Be honest with you. I mean, you know. And if you got HBO Max, man, pass it. Yeah, man.
Just want to go in for Rosario.
No, bro. Mm-mm.
She's using a lot of dope stuff.
Yeah,
like
man.
Ahsoka. I mean,
yeah, man.
Even like Death Proof, she was dope in that. Like, it's just like this one. I mean, she was fine. It was just the story. Just it wasn't nothing for her to do.
No, it's bad. It's bad.
If I see soldiers shooting at somebody and they're running down a hallway and they're not bulletproof,
man,
I need to see a bullet hit them.
Something, yes. And
that happened twice.
Man, they were open air shootouts, man, just wild in the street. And I hate when they're on opposite sides of the street, opposite ends of the street, and they charge each other, firing guns.
And you got,
what is
that'll
all
get
that,
them,
man? We're gonna charge them and shoot.
Right.
No one does that.
Right.
Like, man.
The only way that works is if it's like on an epic scale, like
Game of Thrones.
Right.
But they don't have guns. They have to close the gap because there's a melee fight coming.
Correct.
I have a gun. I'm not charging in, man.
Right. I think some of these directors probably saw Infinity War and was like, that'll get them. Let's show them clash right here. It's like, because I see that a lot now. It's just like,
they do that.
Look,
they run into the
well, we're gonna stand here,
Gladiator,
and then we're gonna charge them.
Braveheart type stuff,
right?
Man, get out of here, man.
It has
that
to
doesn't work in the street.
It's like when the Matrix came out, and we're derailing. And we probably should wrap it up because there's not much to say. About this.
Nothing to say about
But it's like
DMZ,
it's like in the Matrix when they did Bullet Time. Now Cisco's doing it in his music video. Then everybody, it is just bad, like Bullet Time, and
dude.
Yeah. Unleash the Dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Like, that's it, man. That's all I got.
Yep. That's all we got. Yeah.
You can watch if you like.
I mean, if you're listening to it, you probably already have watched. Because, we didn't even say spoiler free at the top of this thing. I mean, we didn't say spoilers ahead, rather.
What are they spoiling? There was nothing. I don't know what was spoiled.
Yeah, that's true. We probably didn't. We just kind of gave you the plot and didn't tell you what happened. And didn't care. We didn't care. And if the writers, the showrunners, they don't care, I don't care.
Yeah, I just I'm seeing a trend where the source material is getting acquired,
and ignored at the same time.
And unfortunately, I really hate to say this.
Ignored at the same time.
Same production company is doing Naomi, and I it's like, did you read the book?
Man, they're not reading these books. And this
you
one,
have to read the book to understand
read some of it, just a little of it.
I know this was 72 issues. That might be a tough read, but you got
Naomi
time
was
and
6.
Money. Right. I don't know, man. Like,
man, they're not caring, man. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
I want them to succeed. I want them to. But you know, man. I don't know what they're doing outside of the geek culture realm. But in my mind,
who?
What is it, Array?
Yeah, they're doing a lot of good stuff. I mean,
I know, but I'm talking about outside. You know, I can't speak on what they're doing outside.
Right.
But as far as in geek culture, Naomi and this 0 for 2, man.
0 for 2.
Yeah, man. They swinging and missing, bro. Yeah, man, and it's crazy because Naomi hurt a little more because we love the book.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. I mean, this is
somber.
Not this
somber review.
This is not a Naomi review podcast. This is, but
I just wonder how many people have watched DMZ. Maybe we're doing a review for not. I don't know. It's like I don't. Maybe you find this compelling.
Well,
content?
You know, I mean, but see, it's relevant because of the production company it's coming out of.
Correct, and you thought you would have thought you would have
that
right
as this podcast, right? This one in particular, who we're speaking to,
right?
Specifically,
right.
We gotta talk about it, right? We want them to win.
Right.
But we can't get out here and just be caping.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's bad.
Right.
Accountability.
Yes.
Now you can call me a, you know what I'm saying, a Sambo or whatever you want to call me for not, you know, throwing up a black fist for the culture. But man, if it's bad, it's bad. Man, I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want. But man, we gotta be unafraid out here, man. Like, and this is no slight on people who are creating.
Right.
Like I'm not. This is not a personal thing.
Right.
But we want excellence, man. Because you know, we as black people, bruh, we have to do like 2 times, 3 times, 4 times better, bro.
Right.
We can't be turning this stuff in.
Right. It felt like it was turned in.
Yeah, man, they just threw it together.
I don't know if it was just. I don't want to sound condescending because I don't like. Again, I try not to criticize creators, but like coming out of that camp, you would think
all you gotta do is read the books, like you said, though.
Right, and then
it's there for you. Why do you feel the need to change everything? Is it ego? Do you feel like, well, I can do it better than the book people did it? They had a 7-year run,
and that property probably went to that production company because they would have thought, well, this company is going to give that context that's going to make sense in the time that we're living in now,
right? Because
they produce that kind of content. 13 and like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't imagine the writers and the illustrators and the people, the storyboarding and the pencilers and
then they watch this and go,
and then they look at this and be like, you can't make me believe that they were like, yep, that's the vision. They took their main character out.
Right.
EST1982podcast.com is the website.
This is going to be a theme, y'all.
EST 1982 podcast on IG and Facebook, man. Hit us up. Patreon.com/EST 1982 podcast if you would like to be a patron. support the podcast with your time as well as your dollar.
Yes. Please let us know about this one. I would like to have a discussion
like
about this.
I haven't seen.
Do you disagree with what we're saying?
Yeah, man, and please, because I would like to have a health. We have some healthy spirited dialogue on the Facebook group, social media. Please, if we're missing a mark, yeah, man. If we're missing it, tell us. We need to hear every perspective, because far be it from me, I don't want to be come off myopic as a myopic person. Like,
right.
I want to make sure that I'm seeing this on both sides of the mountain.
Right.
It
has to. The story has to synergize with the source material.
It does, and it's not, man. And I get it. You got to change it, I guess, because the dynamic for a viewing audience is different from that from a reader. I get it. But, man, you taking out main characters and you're not explaining what's going on. Like, see, that was the travesty for me. You can't just give me a show and not tell me what happened.
Right.
And you're not telling me anything.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
we need to end. We need to end. I should have. My fault. I said
bad.
that.
Yeah,
no, that was my bad. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah. Look, until next time.
Yes.
We'll holler at you.
Yeah.